Hi, this is Maureen Frank, the Mandala Lady. It's what date? April 23rd, 2024. And we just had a Scorpio full moon happen about an hour ago. So we're dealing with that energy, and we're just finishing off towards the end of Mercury retrograde. So astrologically, there was a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, I'm here to do a group reading for all those present, for the live recording of it, as well as for those who happen to see it online. And to start out, I'm going to pull a card from one of my Oracle decks and see which one they want me to pull from. Earth, fire. They want to pull from they're going to be pulling from the fire deck. Okay. I want to set the intention based on Sunday's card pull. On Sundays, I pull a card for the week for guidance for what we're to pay attention to. And on Sunday, I pulled a card called Shift, and its message is you are allowed to change your mind. And too often we get stuck in beliefs, habits, or whatever, because this is the way we do things. And yet you may be finding that it's not working like it used to, but that we have a hard time sometimes changing our mind. And for me personally, I'm looking at changing my mind about the stories I tell myself, the ones that are holding me back. And so that may be something you can look at as well. So let's see what we pull from the fire deck that will help us, give us more insight about that. That's fun. I forgot to pull out. It gave me the list of all the cards, 51. So you don't want me to do all of those, right? Oh, they want me to go the other way. I'll pick the other. Oh, they're having me pull this one, which surprise. All right, let me see what the message is for that one. Now that I've messed up the list of, let's see, that's number 6. Okay, I gotta find that. So surprise that let the universe take care of the house. Oh, I love that one. Because our job is to focus on the what's that we want to experience or create for ourselves in our lives at this time. And too often we may have the what, but we think there's only one or two ways to get, or how is that going to happen? Or you might catch yourself, I don't know how I'm going to make that happen. And the thing is, when we think in those terms, then or if we're only thinking, yeah, our brains can come up with answers based on what it already knows. So if you're, let's say you're wanting to plan a trip to Europe, but you would love to go to Europe, you want to go to Europe, but you can't see how you're going to get there. I either don't have the money, or it's not feasible. I've got animals to take care of, or I've got responsibilities. And so right away you're limiting your what, because you're trying to figure out the hows. And so we're being encouraged to practice, establish what it is that you want, and let go of the how, because it could be that by letting the universe work out the hows, it could be that you get this random phone call one day from an old friend that now lives in Germany, and they say, I just saw you on Facebook. I'd love to see you. I've got this chateau or castle up in off the Danube River, and I would love for you to come visit. And I'll pay for your airfare or whatever. So it could happen. It could happen. So we're is to let go. So that's what the surprise is, let go. I don't know how many times when I've done that, to let go, that the hows come out of the blue, and most of the time it's like, oh, that's so much better than I would have thought. So let me see if there's anything further to add to that. Oh, okay. So I'm getting this image of a story of, it has kind of a fairy tale look about it, like a Little Red Riding Hood kind of thing. But so the person is walking along this path through the woods, and they come to this area where there's 3 or 4 paths, but they've already marked out that, oh, if I go this way, I want to go this way, then this way, this way, this way, and that way. But then once they come up to that point, where there's a couple of routes to go, they realize the path that they were going to go, there's some kind of a roadblock. You can't go that way. And so, of course, the natural reaction for most people would be, oh crap, now what am I going to do? And if what we may not be aware of is that further down the path, maybe the road is washed out, and had you continued to ignore that sign and gone, you would have gotten injured, or who knows what happens. But so trust that what we might see as an obstacle is really a form of treasure, that it's guiding us, and we go a different way. And by going a different way, number one, I can see that they're seeing, it's like taking a scenic route on any highway in the country, where you see things that you wouldn't normally see, and you make connections that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to connect, and you still wind up getting where you want to go. It just took a different route because it was in your best interest to go that way. Let's see if there's anything else to add on to that. Yes, pretty much. Yeah. And even where did I do with it? Yeah. And I didn't even think about that. Even the looking at the card. See, you can see those as multiple different ways you can go, and the heart's at the center. And it's just be clear on your what. And also with that, be clear on the why. Why do you want what you want? Whenever that comes up for me, I think about when I hear young girls who say, oh, I want to be the first female president of the United States. And I would love to ask them, well, why do you want to be the president of the United States? Is it that you want to be the first? So that's more ego based. Do you really want to be president? Do you know what it means to be president, or in that leadership role? So there was also one of these afternoon talk shows, where a woman had said that she so desperately wanted to have another child. She already had 2 girls, but they were around 7, 8 years old, and she wanted to have another baby. And the husband was saying, oh, we just, we're right at the point where, the kids are independent to some degree. We can travel with them. We don't have to haul around all the stuff. But the wife just kept insisting. And the host of the show really pressed her, why? And what it came down to is that she really missed that feeling of when she first gave birth, that ecstasy of love that was so beyond anything she's ever experienced before. She missed that. She just wanted to have that. And like the host said, well, that's a high price to pay to have that feeling. You can create that feeling for yourself without having to have another child. So the message here is be clear on your what and your why, and let go of the how. It might also help if you want to act on it a little bit, is do a vision board or a collage or something that depicts what it is that you're wanting to create for yourself, and see how that makes you feel, and in the process get a clear picture on the how. So I have to look at why do I do these readings and doing these sessions, and I just have this burning desire to help people, and it's really fun for me. And now that I have my Oracle decks, it's so much more fun to play with the cards, and it just amazes me how spot on the cards are. Anyway, so that So let the universe surprise you with the how. Okay.